So basically, this is a consent form stating that I'm a graduate student studying school psychology, and this video is going to be used for school purposes for class between myself and my professor. And
I don't say to sign. Yeah.
This is a teacher one, but yeah. Just like. Now that the technicalities are out of the way. So it's good to see you, Minetta.
Hi.
Hi, I'm glad that you were able to get a chance to meet with me. So I want to know basically what are you hoping to get from this session?
I'm hoping to get like more insight or clear understanding regarding the issue that I'm having.
What is the issue you're having?
Pretty much my son, he's having issues regarding listening.
Okay.
You can tell him something and you'll constantly have to repeat yourself several times in order for him to really get that you mean business. Like, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
I can tell him, hey son, I need you to go and clean the living room. It's your mess, go clean the living room. Hour later, boom, go back. Son, I thought I asked you to clean the living room. Why is your mess still everywhere? It's pretty much what I'm dealing with.
So it sounds like you're having a problem with him actually just listening to directions that you're giving him, and that, you know, he's just not following through. Can you tell me basically exactly what that interaction is when is that interaction happening? Is it only at home?
No, he's also experiencing this at school. I've got a call like several times where the teacher will call and says she's asked him to do something and he's failed to do so. And now it's becoming a huge problem.
Okay.
Because that way the teacher feels like it's taken away from the other students, her having to constantly repeat and ask him to do things and it's not being done.
Yeah, so it sounds like he's just not following directions at all.
Correct.
And have you done anything to help him get better from following directions? Have you done anything that's worked in the past with you with that?
Yes, we did. He's seen some the social worker a few times in the school. I think it's a social worker.
Okay.
He's seen like several. He's
he's been sent to the office.
Yeah.
For it. Okay.
So, and they feel like it's a really big problem. So he was meeting with like the school. Is it the psychiatrist? Not the psychiatrist. The school counselor. And they try to like work with him to do that.
And has that helped at all?
I think spurts. Like it helps in like spurts. Let me give you an example. For instance, it'll work for a while, but then once he's no longer seeing that person anymore, it's right back to the same thing. So even though he has these coping skills that he could use to help him like to stay focused, but he does not use them.
Okay, so he needs that consistency on that end from the school. You don't think he's getting that from them?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, so we're going to try the solution-focused approach. And basically in this session, we're kind of going to go over how this can help your son. Okay? So on a scale from 1 to 10, where do you think he falls in regard to his listening behavior?
I'll say a 5.
That's like...
Mid, yeah.
So there's a lot of room for improvement, is what you're saying.
Yes, it is definitely.
Okay, and how does this behavior affect you?
It frustrates me. Because I can be doing something else, but I constantly have to go back several times to tell him to clean the living room. This is your mess. So this taking time out of what I could actually be doing with my other child. And,
or just in anything.
Yeah, in general.
Got it. So it's taking a lot of time out of your hands, making you frustrated because you're spending a lot of time doing things that should have been done.
Right.
That's completely understandable. So on a scale from 1 to 10, where do you fall right now from with your son?
What do you mean?
With
like,
his frustration, with the frustration,
with my frustration or his frustration?
With dealing with his frustration.
I'll say maybe a 6 or 7.
Okay. All right. So that's still kind of a little higher.
Yeah,
but you want him to do better.
Yeah.
Got it. So I guess now we're gonna just imagine that it was a new day. So say you go to sleep tonight and tomorrow you wake up and everything was absolutely perfect. Like there was a miracle happened and you think that your son does not have these problems anymore with his listening and behaviors and following through. When you wake up, what would be the first thing that you would notice to make you know that this is like a brand new behavior in your son?
As far as like a change behavior, I think if I got up and his clothes wasn't everywhere in the living room, or if it was actually cleaned and without me saying, hey son, go and clean, or you left something here, I would know that's improvement.
Okay.
I don't have to tell him and it's already done.
All right. And how will his behavior be shown, like in the school place, in school, I guess? How will you know it's changed in that aspect?
First off, I wouldn't receive any more phone calls from school telling me that he's not listening, and he actually listens to the people who's in charge, like the teachers, or whoever's in charge. If they tell him to do something, and they don't have to tell him to do it more than once.
Okay. That makes sense. And what do you think is going to change? What can we do, like a small steps that we can get to him to being in that miracle space? What are some small changes we can make that can be consistent for him? Like not putting the consistency on a teacher or a counselor. What can we do for him to make him more, I guess, what can he do for himself to make him more consistent with his listening behavior?
Himself personally. Well, what can he do personally? I think if to give him more like skills, if he taught more like coping skills, or able to like block his distractions.
Okay.
So.
All right. So learning how to deal with, prioritizing maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe even like putting things that he needs to do in a planner maybe. So it's like his responsibility, maybe something you can even check off. Like, all right, this is our to-do list for today when you get home from school.
So even, a planner, a journal, something,
something that's going to help keep his priorities like in check. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Minetta.
Thank you.
I think we had a really good meeting today. Did you have any questions for me before we left?
No.
I do kind of want to give you guys a homework assignment.
Okay.
So if you can, even just implement it for the next few days, because we're going to meet again next week.
Okay.
So if you can implement that for the next few days and see if like having a checklist of to-do things that he has to do, and see if he's getting that checklist done, I think it'll be a good plan for him.
All right. That'll work.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you, Minetta.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye.